Good afternoon, class. Thank you for following along with me on my week 2 discussion board PowerPoint presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I try to make it as interactive and appealing as possible. So thanks for joining me. First slide that I have is the U.S. Supreme Court. There's a picture of the 8 Supreme Court board members that are currently on the board. The first one is Chief of Staff John Roberts. A fun fact that I found about him was that he played a character of Peppermint Patty in high school. The second person listed on the slide is Clarence Thomas. He is the second longest serving justice in the U.S. Supreme Court history to this date. Also, Alito seems a fun fact about him is that he predicted his future. Back in 1972, he attended Princeton University, and on the undergraduate yearbook, he included a line stating something about he wanted to one day keep a seat warm on the Supreme Court. Sonia Sotomayor, fun fact about her is she saved Major League Baseball before ascending to the Supreme Court. She was the federal district judge that is now famously known for issuing an injunction that ended the 232-day strike. Also, Elena Keegan, a fun fact about her, one of her hobbies is that she is a good skeet shooter and she likes to hunt. Neil Gorsh is an outdoor man. He likes outdoors so much that he actually brought a beehive from his old hometown. It's a fully operational beehive that he currently has on his property, and he harvests his own honey. That's pretty cool. Judge Kavanaugh is a deeply dedicated to his family, so much so that he was a basketball coach for his 2 daughters. Amy Coney Barrett is a mother of 7. She adopted 2 children from Haiti, so she has a total of 7 children. Ketanji Jackson named one of her books after herself. In her language, Ketanji means lovely one. So she named the title of her best-selling 2024 memoir after her name. Here's some information about the U.S. Supreme Court. When it was established by Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution back in 1789. It also explains what kind of cases currently the Supreme Court currently hears. Here is a map of the U.S. Courts of Appeals. It also explains exactly what kind of cases this court hears, the breakdown, and then again what kind of cases, for example, intellectual property, government claims, international trade, veteran claims. These are just a few of the types of cases that are heard at this specific court. Here is a map of the U.S. District Courts. They hear federal trials for both civil and criminal cases. There are 94 U.S. District Courts across the U.S. territories. Pardon me. And there are 4 federal districts of California. The Northern District, Eastern District, Central District, and Southern District. I apologize for the cough. I'm getting over a cold that knocked me out for over a week, so I apologize. Again, here's a map showing the geographical boundaries. Um, the California Court of Appeals, the purpose of that court is it's a court that reviews appeals and decisions from the superior courts. Um, the California courts handle different varieties disputes, and they are the ones that issue any final judgment or order. Here are the different cases that this court hears, mostly civil cases, criminal cases, juvenile dependency, delinquency, juvenile dependency, and delinquency, administrative, and regulatory cases. And here to the right is the map with the district breakdown. Here's the California Superior Court, also with a map showing the breakdown of the different areas. Gives an explanation on exactly what jurisdictions the Superior Court has and what kind of cases they hear. There's 58 counties in each county there's 58 counties in California, and each county has one Superior Court which handles their specific cases. Here is a breakdown of those different areas. My court case information was found on casebriefs.com, and here's a small brief of what I personally thought that court case meant. The case of sorry of Marbury and Madison. It kind of reminded me of when Trump came into office and how he tried to make a bunch of different changes to try to keep documents, emails, and phone calls private, and try to change the current process of the White House. The writ mandamus. Here's an explanation of exactly what it covers, what it is, based on the chapters that we read and the videos and some information from the internet. When I was following up with my research, what I thought it meant to me was when there's Superior Court gets involved due to a lower court not being able to come up with a solution to perform a specific duty that they're obligated to, and they don't want to, for example, provide evidence or provide a specific alternative, then you have to submit for a writ of mandamus, basically mandating that XYZ be done. The understanding for me for the writ of certiorari is obviously what I put in here is ordered issued by a higher court. Usually these ones are more specific to like, for example, if you apply for, let's say, U.S. citizenship, for example, you provided all the documentation, you provided the application, you conducted your interview, and you showed up to the interview, and let's say the U.S. has a year to process or deny your application, and it surpassed that limit. It's been over a year, you've filed a petition, you've requested information, and basically your case is at a standstill. And you have to follow the process. You can request a hearing. If you don't get an answer at the hearing, then you can request a writ of certiorari, which is basically a formal order from the court stating that something needs to be done with your application. So that's my interpretation of both of these different processes. And then here's my conclusion page. Basically, I put together the slide. I tried using different pictures and maps in order to keep the individual that is watching the PowerPoint engaged and attracted to my PowerPoint. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and good luck with your PowerPoint.